today I finally got a day off of work and away from the kids, so might as well go for a motorcycle ride. Right now we're driving past Pyramid Lake. That's about 25 minutes from my house. Today's plan, I'm going to head up to the north end of the lake, cut over on the dirt roads into California, and then go get on one of the dry lake beds and see how fast we can get the KLR up to. We're getting to the north end of Pyramid Lake right now, so I'll talk about a few things on the bike that might be a little bit different than last time, or at least give a few updates on things. So obviously you can see I put a clip on my windshield. I have that, I just put on there with some duct tape so it doesn't scratch the windshield. It's primarily for my ID when I go to work, because I have to go through a gate, so it makes that a lot easier. But I'll also use it for maps, because like I said before, I'm a map and a compass kind of guy. Even though I have GPS stuff on here, I still use maps probably more than most people. This thing for my tire pressure sensor, I charged it fully. I've probably run it for a couple hours now and it still shows full battery, so we'll see how long the battery will last on that before it goes dead, but so far it seems like it holds up pretty well. I can't think of anything else different I've really done on the bike. The GPS, you can see, is working now. I just swapped out a different cable. It seems to be fine. This is some squirrely stuff right here. Again, the GPS is on a shock mount. The last one died after like a week, so this one I'll try to run it basically on smoother stuff. I'll take it off when I'm hitting bumps very hard and see if it lasts a little bit longer. But I only paid like 20 bucks for it, so we'll see. But anyway, let's see, I'll talk about some of the questions that some of the people are asking on the comments. I get a lot of the same questions over and over, so for those of you that are watching the video, most of my other videos have those questions answered, but I'll talk about some of the more common ones. So first, yes, I did put a thermobob on. My average temperature that I run at on highway speeds is about 170, and it's been on average about 40 to 70 degrees outside, and it kind of holds in that range. So over there, I wish we can go over there. I can see it. You probably can't make it on camera. There's a geyser. You used to be able to go camping there in the old days, but too many people would destroy it, so it's basically off limits now. So shifting comes up quite a bit. Yeah, it shifts. Nothing spectacular. It shifts like a normal bike. Vibrations, it does vibrate the faster you go, but it doesn't bother me at all. But I'm sure it'd be a night and day difference if I jumped on a V-twin motorcycle. But that's not the kind of motorcycle I'm looking to ride. I want something that I can ride in places like this, and it's just a simple bike. Stability wise, I did see somebody put a comment on there about their bike was unstable at higher speeds. This bike has been rock solid for me. I did put the fork brace on before I really took it at very fast speeds, so I don't know the difference without it. My assumption is there's something adjusted on the bike or off a little bit or misaligned a little bit that's causing that. So yeah, I've found the bike is very stable on the highway. Let's talk about what the bike's like to ride. So on highway speeds, it's comfortable, but it's not a freeway speed bike to cruise at for long periods of time. I'll cruise point A to point B on the freeway, but not really long distances. I'm not going to traverse the whole length of California on I-5. That's not the reason I got the bike. It's very smooth, linear power. It's torquey, it's sufficient. It's not anything that's really going to be exciting, but that's not what this bike's for. Handling in the dirt, It does not do well in the sand or rocks, which is to be expected for a heavy motorcycle. This kind of stuff, it does really well, but it can get a little squirrely. I will kind of, I guess, have a caveat that I am still running stock tires, stock suspension, so, you know, maybe that will improve a little bit after I make those modifications, but it does really well here. I'm just kind of cruising along slower right now, but you can really cruise at a pretty good pace on dirt roads like this. It's a enjoyable bike to ride. I commute to work on it a few days a week, and it's mostly like 75, and then I'll get on some farm roads, and it's comfortable for all that stuff. I do like the comfort of the bike more than any street bike I've had in the past, and it's definitely a lot more comfortable than any dirt bike I've had in the past. The seat, I haven't really ridden it long enough to determine if I'm going to get a new seat or not. Today's ride is probably going to be the longest ride that I've done on the bike. I'll probably put about 200 miles on the odometer today. Let's actually see right now. I'm 54.7 miles from the house right now. I'm going to make a big loop into California and come back to Reno. But anyway, I'll check back in after I get over to one of the lake beds. Hopefully it's dry enough, and I'll be able to see how fast this bike will go. So I figured I would show you what it looks like when you ride dirt roads from Nevada into California, but we just crossed the border into California. So for any of you that ever watched Trent Palmer's videos online, basically this is right where a lot of the videos are. I believe up there, I can't really see the tower. I think they call it like Tower Saddle or something. I believe I can see where they land, but I'm not sure. We're going to come around the corner here up to one of the lake beds. I know he lands at quite a bit. So this road, I'm going to turn off here in about a mile or so, but if I keep on cruising up that, I'm going to hit Bottom Ranch, which is a hot spring, and then I have no idea where the road goes from there, but I wouldn't be surprised if you can go all the way up into Oregon on this road. And this is why I have this bike. This is just absolutely perfect for this kind of stuff. I can cruise so much faster than I can, like if I bring my truck or my SUV. And that spot right there, last year, I was driving my truck back here and I found a car that somebody had stolen and basically driven it off those rocks, and it was hanging by a thread. Let's see, this might be my road. I think we're going to go up one more. So it's Fish Springs Road. If you take that, it'll lead basically to Dead Cow where I'm going, but I'm going to take the other road to get to Dead Cow dry lake bed. Just so I can approach it from the north. That other road I think might take me a little bit longer to get there. So see if you can make that out right there, that little lake bed. I know that Trent will land on that quite often. I've seen that one in particular in a lot of his videos. But anyway, just kind of a fun fact for those of you that watch that kind of stuff on YouTube. Alright, so I came out here to, let's see if the bush plane's been flying out here lately, because I know that I've seen them out here quite a bit. See if we can find some of their tracks. These look more like car tracks. Oh, there we go. I think I can see some. Because that right there looks like a tail wheel, but that's too far. Yeah, you can see something dragging right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. They're bouncing the airplane. See if I can get a better look at it. See how recent that looks. But you can see those tracks on the bush wheels. That's pretty recent, and it's been windy out here too, so there's a that's my motorcycle track, but There's some, they like to land over here too. That'd be cool if we saw some today. It's not a bad day for flying. Yeah, you can see all these tracks out here where they're turning the airplane around and they're landing right here. These all look kind of old though. But that'd be pretty cool to see one of the bush planes out here. Well, let's head over to Dead Cow and do our speed test. So we just got to Dead Cow lake bed, and I already pre-ran the line that I'm going to take just to make sure there's nothing that's going to be camouflaged and I hit it. But for those of you that are unfamiliar with the bike, there's what I got. My setup basically, my panniers and top case, you know, skid plate. I added quite a bit of weight to the bike. So, you know, I think we're probably going to pull about 90 miles an hour because, like I said, the bike's pretty heavy. I'm pretty heavy. I got a lot more drag with the windshield. And we're sitting at about 4,200 feet of elevation. So, anyway, let's give it a shot and see what we get. So I got this little stake I'm gonna hang right of, a cone, and then one of the platforms I use for the High Sierra flying every year. You can see my track from before. I'm trying to do it with a crosswind too, so there's no cheating. We're gonna need more room. There's about 80 right there. I've already gone faster than that on it. We might have to pre-run a little bit longer of a course. Well, this thing's not going to be winning any drag races. I don't want to get too far out into something in the lake bed I don't see. All right, let's try it again. Some marks there where the pilots were landing recently. I can't see this course very good right here. I'm just going to run this for a little bit and turn around so I can follow my same tracks. I didn't measure how far that is, but apparently it's not far enough. Alright. This is probably the exact course they use the stall drags on right here. I can see all these little markers. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright. Like 5-mile track here. I think on the highway I've hit like 85 on this thing. Probably not going to go as fast on the lake bed either because it is a little soft. So I got more drag than I would on the highway. But it's still climbing a little bit. 86. Yeah. I'll probably, on asphalt, I think I'd probably get another 5 miles an hour maybe. But anyway, that's at least how fast I want to go on this thing. I'll do one more. So I can even feel the drag from the lake bed right now too. topped out right there. But anyway, there's the land speed record for the KLR. Not really surprising. I think I would have got a couple more miles an hour if I wasn't on the lake bed, because this lake bed is still quite a bit soft, so you're going to have more drag that way. You can tell this road is a little sporty coming in. I can imagine driving an RV through here when they're doing the High Sierra fly-in. Man, that was a close call. So I was cruising. I just came off of the dirt road back there. And I was just cruising on this road, and the bike felt a little bit funny just for a split second. So I looked at my tire pressure sensor gauge, and my rear tire was depleting very quickly. So I tried to slow the bike down, and thank God I had that sensor, because with how heavy this bike is and the tire trying to roll off of the rim, it's very likely that I would have went down hard. So thank God that I got that. That is a absolute essential purchase. But I just pulled my tire off, or my wheel, and I'm gonna change my tube out and then hit the road again. But man, that was a close call. Not really much fun. Okay, found our culprit right here. I probably picked it up. I definitely picked it up on the asphalt. Let's see if we can even see how bad it got into the tube. See if you guys can make that out. And then the tube is pretty done. And wouldn't even pop up all the way. There's the hole right there. But yep, even with the thick tubes, wouldn't have saved me on that one. But thank God I got the repair kit. Alright, so we're back on the road now after changing the tire out. I got lucky because when I was filling the tire up with my little air compressor that I have, it made it to about 12 psi, and that thing just broke. Brand new out of the box. I got it from Rocky Mountain ATV. I can't remember the name of it. I'll keep the box so I can show you guys, but that thing did not last very good at all. And then I ended up riding into Susanville to my buddy's transmission shop, and then filling my tire up the rest of the way and going over the rest of the bike to make sure we're good to go. But that's pretty scary, to be honest with you. I was basically cruising along at a pretty fast pace, and then I felt something a little bit weird, and then I immediately looked down at my tire pressure gauge, which was depleting rapidly. So I basically rolled off the throttle and was milking the front brake, not touching the rear brake, and the thing was going sideways on me, and I was still probably 70 miles an hour going sideways on it, and then it started rolling back the other way, and yeah, that was getting pretty sporty there. But other than that, the bike is holding up pretty well. I will say, passing, if you're already cruising at like 75, you do not have much power in reserve to get around somebody. So I know some people don't like that, but I don't really cruise that fast this bike that often anyway. This is about the pace I normally cruise at, about 75 to 77 or so. Just coming back into Nevada now. Since I got so far behind on time, I gotta race the clock back to make sure I can pick the kids up in time from daycare. But anyway, some more testing on the KLR, and thanks for joining me on this video, and I'll see you on the next one.